Okay, so here's what a tier 2 might look like. In tier 1, I've got 4 weeks of data that says, boy, I gave it my best shot, but now this little arrow, this little line suggests I went to my educational services meeting and said, I need a little help here with little Billy. And they said, well, let's hook him up in Mrs. Jones' group. She's got a group that has kids with similar challenges. Let's get them started in there. We go in there, and now I come back, and this is the data I have in hand. What are you going to say to me? He's doing well. Then as a classroom teacher, I say, I agree he's doing well. Should we continue with this? Yeah. Yes. Like those head nods. Yes. We're going to continue with this because we haven't really intersected there yet. And let's just get this going. Wouldn't it be great if within a couple of weeks we could get him above where they needed to be, get a little insurance. But in this model here, we can say, and we're going to monitor you once a month. And if you start to go down again, we're going to pick you up again and get that support. So you're never necessarily abandoned or left to fall through the cracks. So this is an example of where Tier 1 didn't work out well. We just needed a Tier 2 intervention, and this looks like it's humming right along. And if this continues at this rate, reintegrate back into the classroom. This person was probably leaving at this point for a half hour a day, 5 days a week, and now we're ready to get back in there. Okay. This is a big question that no one asked yet. How long does it, when you just think of it, how long does it take? And the answer is, it depends. I forgot the last one. On the data. Younger kids tend to take less time to pick up these skills. So the younger the grade, the less time they tend to spend in these Tier 2 interventions before they're up where you think you were going to be, and now we're just going to scope them out every month or so. Obviously, the severity of the deficit. If you have someone who's only 10 or 15, whatever units below where they need to be, they're going to take less time than someone who's 15 or 30 or 40 units below wherever you want to be, whatever it is you're measuring. Okay. They looked at the research and they said 50 to 100 hours. These are youngsters who, what we're going to call here the less than severe deficit. They tend to 50 to 100 hours tended to be enough to turn it around. I hate to put that in there, but it is a piece of the research. But it always depends on how the data is looking. You might be at it for 100 hours and say, "Wait, we just need a little more time. We're heading in the right direction, but we're not up there yet." The whole notion that, and this is evident from some of the graphs we looked, when you start your interventions, kids who have steep responses in the data, those are kids who are probably going to benefit and fall off the radar screen and not present again because something was awry there. Those are kids who missed some piece of instruction, and now that they've got it, they're gone. But remember the other kids we've looked at who they were below the mean, and their slope was going to intersect, but it wasn't going to intersect for quite a while. That's the second half of these equation. Those kids are going to be in it for a long haul. They have something else going on. Underlying processing deficit, learning this, whatever it might be. Those are the kids who are going to be in it for a long haul. And this one here, this is so big in terms of becoming a good reader. If you whack that as a first in kindergarten and first grader, those are lifelong. That deficit is not going to return. You're all set and you're ready. You're poised now for the rest of the skills that need to follow this in terms of reading. And I was talking at the break. These skills are addressed by playing. Kindergarten is a place of play, I hope, for most kids. And kids who are learning, they don't even know they're learning because they're having so much fun. If that's what your kindergarten looks like, we're in good shape. And as I mentioned, those teachers who called me in to show me what they were doing this year that they weren't doing this year, it was all games. And the kids were loving it. They were laughing and smiling and couldn't wait to be the next one to go. And that's what it's all about. And you can do that with phonemic awareness and phonics.